morning, my friends. It's so good to see you all tonight. What a beautiful crowd you are. I'm Amy Cantrell. I'm from BeLoved Asheville, and we're honored to spend time together. You know, this is what we used to do. We used to sit around the fire at night, or we'd sit on the porch, and we'd start to talking maybe after a good meal, and then somebody would get out the guitar or the violin or the banjo, and they'd start playing a tune that everybody knew and loved. And I hope that you get that kind of feeling tonight as you're in this room, because we believe in community, and we know that community is really the answer to our deepest struggles and our deepest longings, hopes, and dreams. And so tonight, I hope you will tap into community with us. We thank you for your support. I want to just give a quick thank you to a few of our friends who made tonight possible. First of all, our presenting sponsor, Prestige Subaru. We're so grateful for them. They just won an award for their philanthropy, and we can see why, because they support the community in such a beautiful way. Hidden River Events, we're grateful for them. Our host tonight, the Gray Eagle. Russ and friends, we're so grateful for your hospitality here in the room tonight. We have Musicians Workshop in the room tonight. Aren't we grateful for them? Thank you all. I was telling them I have donned their door for about 20 years now, because I like to pick a little in my free time, and so we're thankful for them. Acoustic Corner, such special friends. Hidden River Events down in Swannanoa, who also made this possible here tonight. We're thankful for our friends at Moog and McCoy, who made a beautiful handmade guitar, part of our silent auction. Tonight you'll see lots of wonderful things out in the silent auction during intermission that you might want to pick up tonight to take home to remember this evening. So I'll be thanking some more people throughout the night, but I want to thank Mr. Chuck Brodsky. Yes. Who's bringing us his love of baseball and a good tune and a powerful lyric to set us right. And so we thank you for your wisdom through song, your passion, your friendship. And we want to sit around the porch and listen to you play tonight. Thank you so much. Give a warm welcome to Chuck Brodsky.
Hey there. Thanks so much. What a great honor to be part of this bill with Malcolm and Whitewater Bluegrass Company for a wonderful cause, a really wonderful cause. So, this is song number 1.
Ashes from the wood stove filling up the bucket, spilling out the top, so where am I gonna chuck it? Take it out the back door to where I never mow, find a little spot that no one will ever go. Gonna take it out back, dump it in the river, take it out back and throw it in the woods. Take it out back and chuck it down the hillside, keep the front yard looking good. That old TV quit on me, brother, 10 years ago, so I got me another. First one sitting out by the porch swing with the fridge and the stove and a bunch of other things. Gonna take them out back, dump them in the river, take them out back and throw them in the woods. Take them out back, chuck them down the hillside, keep the front yard looking good. That rusted old car's got no motor. If it had any gas, I would try to explode her. Hubcaps, hoods, and old transmissions. Take them to the river, gonna make for good fishing. Gonna take them out back, dump them in the river. Take them out back and throw them in the woods. Take them out back, chuck them down the hillside. Keep the front yard looking good. onions all turned green, and the chicken bones that have been picked clean. Some on the counter, some on the floor. Let's take 'em out the back door, gonna take 'em out back, dump 'em in the river, take 'em out back and throw 'em in the woods. Take 'em out back and chuck 'em down the hillside. Keep the front yard looking good. Oh, keep the front yard looking good. I got to keep up the neighborhood.
Thank you. That song's gotten me in trouble a time or two. But that's only because some people don't know the meaning of the word irony. You know what I mean? I've gotten a nasty email or two from that. Hey, could you just lower the monitors altogether just a little bit, please? You know how hard it's gotten these days to have a conversation with anybody about politics? Especially if they don't already agree with where you stand on things. And I have tried every possible approach to get people to change their minds, and nothing has ever worked until I came up with this idea here. This is gonna work, I'm sure it is. I think the guitar might still be just a little hot.
After 3 or 4 tries, I poked out his eyes. That's how I got him to see. To get him to hear, I screamed in his ear. I gave him the 3rd degree. I sharply berated him. I told him I hated him. I wasn't very kind. I shouted and cussed until I won his trust. Well, that's how I changed his mind. I shunned him, ignored him, I wouldn't look toward him. I only would give him my back. I accused him of lies I would not compromise. I erased him after the fact. I was abrupt, I would often interrupt. We were volatile when combined. And in stating my case, I blew up in his face. Well, that's how I changed his mind. That's how I changed his mind. That's how I changed his mind. Blamed him, shamed him, insulted and inflamed him. That's how I changed his mind. Now this man was an ass. I was gonna let him pass, let him take a wide berth of me. But I was right, he was wrong, like I was telling him all along, trying to just get him to see. But he's a this and I'm a that, so we couldn't have a chat of the friendly and civilized kind. Round after round, I just ground him down. Well, that's how I changed his mind. Yeah, I stomped on his toes and I punched him in the nose. I was using irony. So sure of the truth, I knocked out his tooth and I kicked him twice in the knee. I won over his heart with a poisonous dart, and you should have seen me unwind, being overly cruel and with ridicule. Oh, that's how I changed his mind. That's how I changed his mind. That's how I changed his mind. I blamed him, shamed him, insulted and inflamed him. That's how I changed his mind. And so I called him a fool, challenged him to a duel. I threw my white glove in his face. 20 paces and I shot, and I must have hit the spot anyway. That's how I pleaded my case. Well, I won in the end, after making him bend, and after all the papers were signed. In the end, I won, yeah, that's how it was done. That's how I changed his mind. That's how I changed his mind. That's how I changed changed his mind. Blamed him, shamed him, insulted and inflamed him. That's how I changed his mind. Yeah, I blamed him, shamed him, I might have even maimed him. That's how I changed his mind. That's how I changed his mind. That's how I changed his mind. That's how I changed his mind.
That's gonna work, right? So, you may not know this about me, but a lot of people know me from my baseball songs. I'm only gonna play one tonight, but I thought I might give you a little sampling of what my baseball songs are like. I do have 2 entire CDs of my original baseball songs. They're all really cool stories. And I'm 1 song shy of having a 3rd. So hopefully this year. But first I have to put out my regular album. I'm almost finished working on album number 13, right here in town with the great Chris Rosser, if you know him. So on June 12, 1970, an amazing thing happened in the world of baseball. A pitcher by the name of Doc Ellis threw a no-hitter. Now, no-hitters in and of themselves are pretty rare, right? You know, but it's even more rare when the pitcher himself took LSD before he threw that no-hitter. And that's exactly what happened on this day. You see, Doc Ellis thought his team had a day off. They had just finished a series in Los Angeles, and the team moved on to San Diego to start a new series, but Doc had been staying with his girlfriend, and he had the team's permission to do that. He didn't know the team had left town. And so he and his girlfriend did what I suppose all ball players and their wives and girlfriends do. Then, you know, when they have a day off, they took LSD. And Doc's girlfriend pulled the newspaper in that had been delivered, and that's when she, you know, when she got to the sports section, she suddenly said, uh-oh, because she saw that, the Pirates had a game that night in another city, and Doc Ellis was listed as the scheduled pitcher. So they had to book him flights and pack in a hurry and get to the airport, and Doc Ellis had to go up into the sky, and then he had to come down out of the sky, and then after he landed, he had to get to the ballpark and, you know, like that whole circus going on at the ballpark, and get dressed and explain to the manager why he wasn't feeling so good and didn't want to pitch that day and all that stuff that just unfolded. Can you imagine?
It was a lovely summer's morning, an off day in L.A. So thought one Doc Ellis, he would later say. His girlfriend read the paper, she said, Doc, this can't be right. Says here that you're pitching in San Diego tonight. We got to get you to the airport, so off Doc Ellis flew. His legs were a little bit wobbly and the rest of him was too. Took a taxi to the ballpark, an hour before the game. Gave a half-assed explanation, found a locker with his name. In the upper deck, played all the schmaltzy hits. You could hear it in the clubhouse while Doc was getting dressed. His sunglasses he reached for from his locker in the case. Doc Ellis put his jersey on and he put them on his face. Time came to go on out there down the corridor. The walls were a little bit wavy and there were ripples in the floor. Went out to the bullpen to do a bunch of stretches, loosen up a little, throw some warm-up pitches. And all rose for the national anthem. People took off their hats. Fireworks were exploding and the cokes were already going flat. Doc was back there in the dugout. So many things to watch. Some players spit tobacco juice and others grabbed their crotch. Then the umpire hollered, play ball. So it came to be. Doc's Pirates batted first when they went down 1-2-3. Doc's catcher put his mask on and he handed Doc the ball, and it was 327 feet to the left and right field walls. Doc's pirates took the field then, and Doc stood on the rubber, and he bounced a couple of pitches, and he bounced a couple of others. You might say about that day that it looked a little wild. The lead-off batter trembled, nobody knew why. Doc Ellis smiled. We walk eight and hit a guy, oh, the things that people shout, especially the manager, but it did not take Doc out. Doc found himself a rhythm and a crazy little spin. Amazing things would happen when Doc Ellis zeroed in. Sometimes he saw the catcher, sometimes he did not. Sometimes he held a beach ball, other times it was a dot. Doc was tossing comets that were leaving trails of glitter. In the seventh inning stretch, he still had his no-hitter. So he turns to Cash, his buddy, says, I got a no-no going. Speaking the unspeakable, and he goes back out to throwing. Bottom of the ninth, and he stood high up on the mound. 3 more rounds to go, and he'd have his name in Cooperstown. Well, first up was Canizaro, and he flied out to a loo. Then Kelly grounded out for Dean, and the shortstop yelled, that's two. Must have been a madhouse, fans upon their feet. Littler ones among them were standing on their seats. Well, that would have brought up Herbal, but Spezio pinch hit. And he took a third strike looking, and officially it was it. It was a lovely summer's morning, an off day in L.A. So thought one Doc Ellis, as he would later say.
That was a fun one to research. The baseball part was too. There's a folk festival in Texas called the Kerrville Folk Festival. Maybe you heard of it. Yeah, you heard of it. Cool. It runs for 18 consecutive days. Starts Thursday of Memorial Day weekend. And it's primarily a songwriters festival, which, you know, in my world is a little unique for that to actually, you find that at a festival completely dedicated to songwriting. So I've been going every year since 1992, with just a couple of exceptions. And 26 years ago, I had just moved here, and I had a girlfriend at the time named Annie. We were living out in Leicester, and we drove down to Kerrville for the festival. It's 1,400 miles each way. And we stayed all 18 days, so there came a point where we needed to head into town to buy more groceries and maybe do our laundry and mail some stuff from the post office, whatever. So town was 10 miles away, and on our way in, we saw a man by the side of the road selling peaches off the back of his truck. Now, before I go any further, apologies to any of you from South Carolina or from Georgia. Your peaches are wonderful, but Fredericksburg, Texas peaches, man, they are the stuff. And we had to have some. But it was 100 degrees that day, and the guy selling those peaches was one of those people that really likes to talk and 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 talk. And we just wanted to buy the peaches and get back in the air-conditioned vehicle. So this man's gone off on tangent after tangent, and I started to take little baby steps back towards the car, hoping he'd pick up on that. And instead, he just kept following me, maintaining the same distance and talking and talking and talking, until suddenly he was apologizing because he had forgotten to introduce himself. Now, I grew up north. People do not apologize for forgetting to introduce themselves. They did not forget up north. They just don't do it, you know, and I was a little bit taken aback, but at why he would be so upset with himself, you know, because I was new to the South. But I told him, I'm Chuck. That's Annie. And he said, Annie, huh? I had a woman once in my life named Annie. And he started another story. And I probably rolled my eyes, and I probably sighed very deeply, but ultimately I saw something different in the look in his eye, and then heard something different in the tone of his voice. It said, "Pay attention." I'm glad I did, because he told me this.
We stopped for peaches, little roadside stand. Man said his name was Bill. Said, "I'm Chuck and this is Annie." He said Annie was the one and only true love of his life. They met at his wedding, but by then he had a wife. And it was during the reception in the spring of '64. And she, his newlywed's best friend, followed him out the ballroom door. Maybe his ring got smaller. Maybe his finger swelled. Maybe he made a big mistake. Maybe time would tell. But Bill asked, "Do you feel what I feel?" And he said, "I do." And Bill was at a loss, wondering now, what should he do? He did what he had to. He'd just taken a wife. She would take good care of him for the rest of her life. Bill and Annie fought the urge. They saw each other often. Well, she was there in black the day Bill's wife lay in her coffin. By then she'd gotten married. By then she'd moved away. She'd asked Bill for his blessings. He said it was okay. Well, Bill said, "Taste the peaches." And he cut us each a slice. They were a little on the small side, but they sure tasted nice. "Do you think I did the right thing?" Bill asked, though I knew he knew. So I answered with a question. Asked him, "Bill, do you?" Well, he said, "Annie, pleased to meet you." "Nice to meet you, Chuck." Annie and I, we drove away in Annie's pickup truck with a box of 20 peaches, a homegrown tomato too, and a couple of things to think about, and every now and then I do.
Hey, could I get a little bit more of the bass taken out of my voice, please? My most recent CD is called Them and Us, because as we all know, there are only two types of people in this world.
There's a standoff all across the Great Divide, with friends and family members on both sides. Someone struck a match, it would combust, scorching everyone, both them and us. It's raining dirty words and disrespect. It's not having any positive effect. bridges have collapsed because of rust. We can't reach each other, them and us. We've got our earplugs in and our blinders on, and we wonder, where have all the flowers gone? Well, once there was a garden, cool and lush. All that's left here now is them and us. And I've never felt so lonely in this world as I do when all those banners are unfurled. And the airwaves are just spewing all that stuff about us and them. Look what it's done to us. Our differences are few and overblown, and there's sometimes it leads to punches being thrown. Well, there seems to be a few things to discuss, but you can't say a word to them or us. We write them off because of how they vote, and we write them off because they came on a boat. We turn our backs with contempt and with disgust at every one of them who isn't us. We identify them by the clothes they wear. We identify them by their skin and hair. And we look for any reason not to trust whatever about them is not like us. And I've never felt so lonely in this world as I do when all those banners are unfurled, and the airwaves are just spewing all that stuff about us and them. Look what it's done to us. Thoughtful, decent people turning mean. If only all our gods could intervene. Well, there must be some controls they could adjust. Maybe they could make us whole, them and us. And I've never felt so lonely in this world as I do when all those banners are unfurled, and the airwaves are just spewing all that stuff about us and them. Look what it's done to us. There's a standoff all across the Great Divide, with friends and family members on both sides.
Thanks very much. You know, it's so great to be able to sing for a room full of people. This is, well, you know, this has been what my life has been for the last 30 years, and then all of a sudden it wasn't there. And until 2 weeks ago, I had played 8 shows in 19 months. I got to do my first road trip in the last couple of weeks. I went up to Michigan, and even though it wasn't for that many shows, it was so great to be out on the road again and back to doing what I do. And, so I'm just so thrilled to be part of this show tonight with these awesome musicians and phenomenal songwriter like Malcolm, who I've been listening to myself ever since I moved to this area. And anyway, this song here, it's a funny thing happened to me the day I went to record it. 5 minutes before I left for the recording studio, it suddenly dawned on me that I needed to change my ending. And I rewrote the entire last verse just before heading out the door, and I'm so glad I did. Here's the song.
Supremacist friends are only doing what God intends, burning crosses, burning mosques, vandalizing synagogues. We're the patriotic sons with our semi-automatic guns, prepping for a civil war to make things like they was before. Me and my supremacist clan, this is how we take our stand underneath a Nazi flag, marching right up the main drag, past the church, past the school, where they teach the golden rule, where the children play outside. When we go by, they run and hide. The secret handshake makes you kin, at the door it gets you in. It's how we tell a friend from foe, it's something only we would know. Supremacist bud, stir each other's thirst for blood, getting drunker by the hour, mixing things that all taste sour, till we can't control the rage. Any excuse to open the cage, it cannot stay inside the house, the beast is foaming at the mouth. Me and my supremacist dad one time beat a foreigner bad. He was somewhere he shouldn't have been. Shouldn't have been with his color skin. And after Daddy kicked his ass and left him lying in the grass, got some of my own licks in. He was somewhere he shouldn't have been. The secret handshake makes you kin, at the door it gets you in. It's how we tell a friend from foe, it's something only we would know. My 12-year-old son one time made a foreigner run, chased him down a dead-end street until the circle was complete. There was nowhere for him to run, but I couldn't do what my daddy done, not in front of my own son. Couldn't do what daddy done. Makes you kin, at the door it gets you in. It's how we tell a friend from foe, it's something only we would know. Secret handshake makes you kin, at the door it gets you in. It's how we tell a friend from foe, it's something only
I did get a really lucky break a year ago in September. I did get to go to Denmark for about 2 weeks. I love Denmark. I've been there many, many times. I lived there for about better part of a year in my 20s. And, well, I've fallen in love with the Danes and their country. And this tour was in the works. It had been planned for like 2 years. And we were monitoring the COVID numbers at a time when things were spiraled so out of control here. There were like less than 50 cases per day nationwide in Denmark. And so I didn't commit to buying booking my flights until 30 days before the tour, just to be safe. And it was clear it was going to be okay. The whole time I was over there, I didn't see a single mask once I left the airport. Like, life was normal. Concerts could have 100 people sitting side by side, and it was so surreal leaving here, dropping in on that world for 2 weeks, and then returning back here. But, you see, it was right before our election, presidential election, and everybody seemed to look at me as that token American who could explain just what the hell is going on back in your country. And the only thing that I could think of telling people was that half the people in this country are just absolutely crazy. The other half is totally out of their minds. You know what I mean?
Well, half the people are looking to rumble, and the other half spoiling for a fight. The logic that they're using is all jumbled, but who needs facts when you know you're right? 'Cause half the people nowadays are bonkers, and the other half have all gone insane. Everybody everywhere looks angry. They need to blame somebody for their pain. Now half the news you get today is phony, and the other half you get today is fake. But what's real is the independent journalist who gets tortured but refuses to break. And half the people have lost their marbles, and the other half have all lost their minds. On top of that, we've become so heartless. Underneath it all, we must have lost our spines. Half the people are just plain cuckoo, and the other half are just plain Looney Tunes. Bite your tongue, you can't talk sense to any of them. They hate you when you burst their balloons. Now half the people have gone crazy, and the other half have all gone mad. And I could make a fortune selling bridges if I hadn't sold the last one that I had. 'Cause half the people have no idea, and the other half, they haven't got a clue. They'll believe anything anyone will tell them, unless it can be proven to be true. Well, half the people are just plain cuckoo, and the other half are just plain Looney Tunes. Bite your tongue, you can't talk sense to any of them. They hate you when you burst their balloons. Now half the people are talking rubbish, and the other half are all just talking crap. got to be careful and remind yourself not to take the bait, step into the trap. 'Cause half the people nowadays are bonkers, and the other half have all gone insane. Everybody everywhere looks angry. They need to blame somebody for their pain. Well, half the people are just plain cuckoo, and the other half are just plain Looney Tunes. Bite your tongue, you can't talk sense to any of them. They hate you when you burst their balloons. Oh yeah, they hate you when you burst their balloons.
Thank you. I have one more song for you. I really appreciate you guys listening, and you're in for a treat the rest of the evening. We'll have about a 15-minute break between myself and Malcolm. So I suggest you guys take a look at the raffle items and the silent auction items as well. There's a handmade guitar. There's a beautiful handmade guitar. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but it's just gorgeous. I was looking at it before the show. I'm probably disqualified from entering the raffle, I'm imagining, but because if I won, you'd say it's a fix. But I'd love to have it. So I'm going to close with a brand new song. I just wrote this a few weeks ago. I've only sung it a few times for people. Hope you like it. It's been a pleasure singing for you. I've got CDs out there if you're interested, and so do the other folks too tonight. So.
Just a simple song about a couple of wings, about gravity and its effect on things. Just one wing, you go flapping around, but you'll never be able to get off of the ground. Takes two wings, maybe a prayer, if you do take off, just to stay in the air. Whether you start from here, or you start from there, takes two wings to go anywhere. Takes two wings, it won't fly straight, it'll just stay stuck in a figure eight. Points of view we can debate. Takes two wings, or it won't fly straight. With two wings, you can look down on the angry mob terrorizing the town, and you might see things that you never could. Two wings, might even see some good. Takes two wings, yeah. Takes two wings, a leap of faith, little respect and a touch of grace. It takes trust, some luck and skill. Takes two wings and a little goodwill. Just just a simple song about a couple of wings, about gravity and heavy things. You'll have your scrapes and you have your dings, but if it's gonna fly, it takes two wings. If it's gonna fly, it takes two wings. It takes trust, some luck and skill. It takes two wings and a little goodwill. It takes two wings and a little goodwill. It takes two wings.
Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Chuck Brodsky, everybody. Maybe you've been dealing with some heavy things. Hey, thank you, kind sir. If you've been dealing with some heavy things and you came in with one wing tonight, we thank Chuck that he brought another wing. Two wings. So we hope you enjoy maybe meeting some people around you. One of the things I've noticed tonight is our musicians have been hanging out with us, which is really awesome. Where else? So go meet Chuck Brodsky, meet some people around you, and we'll be back in just a few minutes with Malcolm Holcombe.
Barefoot in the summer, on into the fall. Too many masters Peter couldn't clothe us all. Set to church on Sunday to learn the golden rule. I've endured. How long can one endure? I've worked for the rich, I've lived with the poor. I've seen many a heartache, there'll be many a more. I've lived, loved, and sorrowed, been to success's door. I've endured, I've endured. How long can one endure? I've endured, I've endured. How long can man endure?
I am a roving gambler, gamble all around. Ever I meet with a deck of cards, I lay my money down. Lay my money down, lay my money down. I had not been in Frisco many more weeks than 3. I met up with a pretty little girl, she fell in love with me. Fell in love with me, fell in love with me. She took me in her parlor, she cooled me with a fan, whispered low in her mother's ear, love is gambling man. go. Leave your dear old mother and with the gambler go. With the gambler go, with the gambler go. Oh dear mother, I'll tell you if I can. If you ever see me coming back, I'll be with the gambling man. With the gambling man, with the gambling man. I left her in Frisco, I wound up in Maine. I met up with a gambling man, we got in a poker game. Got in the poker game, got in the poker game. He put his money in the pot and dealt the cards around. Saw him deal from the bottom of the deck, so shot the gambler down. Shot the gambler down, shot the gambler down. Now I'm down in prison, got a number for my name. The warden said as he locked the door, you gambled your last game. Gamble your last game, gamble your last game.
I'll twine with my mangles and waving black hair, with the roses so red and the lilies so fair, and the myrtle so bright with the emerald dew, the pail and the leader and eyes look like blue. I'll dance, I will sing, and my love shall be gay. I will charm every heart, in his crown I will sway. When I woke from my dreaming, my idols was clay. All portion of love had all flown away.
been hanging out uptown in that low-down rain, watching Good Time Charlie Friends driving me insane. Down on shady Charlotte Street, the green lights look red. Wish I was back home on the farm in my feather bed. Get myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose them thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues. Found myself a paper friend, read yesterday's news, folded up page 21, stuck it in my shoes, gave me a nickel to the poor, my good turn for today, folded up my old billfold and threw it far away. And I got myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose them thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues. Lord, I wish I had some guitar strings, old Black Diamond brand. I'd string up this old Martin box and go and join some band. But I guess I'm gonna stay right here, just pick and sing a while. Try to make me a little change and give them folks a smile. And get myself a rocking chair to see if I can lose them thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues. Get myself a rocking chair to see if I can lose them thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues.
He caressed her breast, she dyed his thigh, and a billet on the pillow amongst a wine bottle and a cheese. They took a Polaroid pictures and not he in her slip. Yes, he did. And just when they thought it couldn't get no better than it did, and just when you think it can't get no better than it does, it's always so much better than it ever was. It seems like all the good things come at once. Yes, it does. Just when you think you can't get no better than it does. Well, they knew what they liked, they were neither one of them naive. She said, I'll probably get in trouble, but this time I don't care. Well, I should go to work, but I'd rather be with you instead. And it just when I thought I couldn't get no better than it did. Just when you think you can't get no better than it does. Well, it's always so much better than it ever was. It seems like all the good things come at once. And just when you think you can't get no better than it does. She taught school and he played the 5-string banjo. she packed the lunch, brought the wine. He drove the car and scored a hit. And just when they thought it couldn't get no better than it did. And just when you think it can't get no better than it does, well, it's always so much better than it ever was. It seems like all the good things are coming once. And just when you think it can't get no better than it does. It was a perfect day for a dalliance and a picnic. And a riverbank was an excellent place for love. Well, the sun was a-shining and the birds were a-singing overhead. And just when they thought it couldn't get no better than it did. And just when you think it can't get no better than it does, it's always so much better than it ever was. 'Cause it seems like all the good things are coming at once. Just when you think you can't get no better than it does.
Was in the spring, one sunny day, my sweetheart left me, Lord, she went away, and now she's gone, and I don't worry, Lord, I'm sitting on top of the world. She called me up from down in El Paso, she said, come back, Daddy, ooh, I need you so. And now she's gone, and I don't worry, Lord, I'm sitting on top of the world. If you don't like my peaches, don't you shake my tree. And get out of my orchard, let my peaches be. And now she's gone, and I don't worry.
Yeah, man, let's do this thing. Let's rock.
Lord, I'm sitting on top of the world.
I know you all are excited about this. I have my friend Malcolm Holcombe, who I want to welcome to the stage. The one, the only. Let me tell you about this guy. Let me tell you about this guy who loves his community so much. He says and sings, I am my brother's keeper, and he is. He is. If you know this guy, he is about community. He is one of our national bards. He is a true poet and a true community person. I met him on the porch at BeLoved Asheville some years ago, and he came up. He brought some things to share, because he never comes empty-handed. Some of y'all know about his hot sauce and his pickles. He don't show up empty-handed. And he came and he said, I really want to help you. I want to help this cause. You could tell it was close to his heart. And he said, but I just pick a little guitar. And then he sent me an email and he said, let's get up a picking session. And the rest is history. And so this is the second annual concert with Malcolm Holcombe. Give us the word, Malcolm.
Oh, Lord. I just read my teeth in. Thanks for coming out, y'all. Whoopie-doo. That was Chuck Brodsky. Yeah, man. I know. They sing about cities and they brag about steel and the world's seven wonders I cannot feel. Telephone lines run out of sight, taken for granted. I'm passing by. My heart loses time. Where has it gone? Your love has the answers. The mountains of home. When you talk about buildings, modern and nice, they throw away memories to keep me surprised. Longer I live through God's love and grace, the further I travel, find my own way. Heart loses time. Where has it gone? Your love has the answers in the mountains of home. And we pray for our children and they grow up so fast. They're singing their fortunes in every sunrise. We drifted apart, chasing silver and gold. Lord, when will we learn to wander no more? Heart loses time. Where has it gone? Your love has the answers in the mountains of home. And my heart loses time. And where has it gone? Your love has the answers. Mountains of home. Your love has the answers. And the mountains back home. Right here. Oh, helpless we've been told, Lord, to believe before my eyes. Sadness we behold, one another's arms. Lord, the bread lines of the bones and the God of forsaken skin, shriveled by the sun, shaken deep within. I am my brother's keeper, lost among these days, and beyond the weeping screams I travel far away. You savor word and deed, spout the fountains full of your mighty hands and feet, bear the swords of peace. Oh, sorrow comes to hold, knows no tongue to speak. suffer madness close under lock and key. I am my brother's keeper, lost among these days, and beyond the weeping screams, and I travel far away. Doorstep windows cast shadows from the light, distant stars away to wish upon the night. I am my brother's keeper, lost among these days, beyond the weeping screams, and I travel far away. I am my brother's keeper, lost among these days, and beyond the weeping screams, I travel far away. Hey, thanks for coming out. Appreciate y'all. So the moral of the story is, can't keep a mouth shut. So, and it's a long story, man. I can't tell you the whole story. I want to, but my wife won't let me. She said, "Don't you be talking about that stuff. You be talking too much. You talk too much." And, and then she looks at me like they do. You know, they. You know who they are, don't you? They is some of you. Them some of you. People talk about they. I know who they are. And so the moral of the story is if your dog tells you what to do and his lips don't move, don't do it. Way down in the woods is far from the highways, away from the moments unnoticed and gone. Way down in the woods, touching moss so soft on the dead woods, dying in time's fertile worms. Thank God for the stars, each one's in the heavens. Thank God where you are, your traveling steps. Way down in the woods, I will go for my rest. Way down in the woods, Lord, I will go. Way down in the woods, the dog would survive round the blades of the briar and Virginia pines. Way down in the woods, and the ivy lay sleeping, patiently waiting for sunlight to find. Thank God for the stars, each one's in the heavens. Thank God where you are, your traveling steps. Way down in the woods, I will go for my rest. Way down, down in the woods I will go. Down in the woods, the wind knows the way to carry the voices sweet angels made. Way down in the woods, walking close to my heart, and turn loose in my tongue and thank God for the stars. Thank God for the stars, each one's in the heavens. Thank God where you are in your traveling steps. Way down in the woods, I will go for my rest. Way down in the woods I will go. Thank God for the stars, each one dancing. Breaking daylight, fog is lifting, dirty windows stirring up good old good intentions. Quiet as a mouse, sidestepping, nothing lasts, stirring up good old good intentions. Lawrence welcome to TV 63. Keep your mind on living the American dream. Shell shot, war in Tripoli, infantry stirring up good old good intentions. Another uncle leaves, draft dodger, called preacher, stirring up good old good intentions. Lawrence welcome to TV 63. Keep your mind on living the American dream. You can get a job and grow your hair long. Wife here in the South, stirring up good old good intentions. Politicians dirty, friends die early. Bible Belt stirring up good old good intentions. Good. Lawrence welcome to TV 63. Keep your mind on living the American dream. Lawrence welcome to TV 63. Keep your mind on living the American dream. 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 I always get paranoid doing this. Getting ready to play a gig in Madrid, Spain one time. With that bald-headed boy from Tulsa, Jared, and I said, man, we better play a fast one. Didn't have a drummer, I always get paranoid. Ain't no drummer. Ain't no drummer tonight. Shit. So we were playing this tune, and I said, we had a drummer with it. Oh no! Yeah, he gone. Hadn't seen him all day long in Madrid. Some bitch got drunk in a titty bar all day long. Run. Titty bar in Madrid. Oh shit. Drummer. Bumper to bumper, go west, and the rain slowing down, and the bottom fell out. Smell that money going round and round, dirty smoke blowing up in the air. Dirty smoke blowing up in the air. Was a one-room shack and a one-room school, bad news in the Pigeon River. A sawmill sawdust stuck in your lungs, and your head can't hear thunder. Your head can't hear thunder. Do you live to eat or do you eat to live? For $1 a day on the river. Damn Vanderbilt say hold the keys to the city. Eat your supper, son. Forget it. Speaking in tongues, strung out on the gospel, something I know nothing about. He knows every word to the great speckled bird, Mr. 40-year paper mill man. 40-year paper mill man. Third shift sunrise, mouths to feed, putting food on the table, amen. Blood's thicker than water when you give a damn, Mr. 40-year paper mill man. 40-year paper mill man. Do you live to eat or do you eat to live? For $1 a day on the river. Down Vanderbilt, say hold the keys to the city. Eat your supper, son. Forget it. Forget it. Right here. Son of a gun, another man of God knows every nail and dime. Driven and spent from the ground up to heaven for a 40-year paper mill man. 40-year paper mill. There's a power more greater than me and you, and there's a plan that I don't understand. Sawmill blade made a bird in the hand for a 40-year paper mill man. 40-year paper mill. Do you live to eat or do you eat to live? For $1 a day on the river. Down Vanderbilt, hold the keys to the city. Eat your supper, son. Forget it. Forget it. Do you live to eat and do you eat to live? For $1 a day on the river. Them Vanderbilt say hold the keys to the city. Eat your supper, son. Forget it. Forget it. Right here. Thank you. From the Cajun diner to Carolina, she was sick in the morning, see the town doctor. Life, Agatha Christie, and the trailway back from New Orleans. And who done it? Who carried you? From the churchyard to the liquor store, the clothesline clean out the door. Life, Agatha Christie, the trailway back from New Orleans. And who done it? Who carried you? Thelma Marie, 3 boys love Pearl and Jean. 59 to heaven through 37 years. Oh Lord, who done it? Who carried you? I remember sitting on a lap and smelling Listerine in black and white. Might have been that old faded TV. Really was a Buick to the A&P. Who done it? Who carried you? Thelma Marie. 3 boys love Pearl and Jean. 59 to heaven through 37 years. Oh Lord, who done it? Who carried you? Come on, Jellies. From a Cajun diner to Carolina, she got sick in the morning. Went to see L.T. Sprinkle, Lordy gone. She read John D. MacDonald and Ellery Queen, Life and Breadbook magazines and McCall's Walter Cronkite covering the Vietnam War. Well, life Agatha Christie and that trail way back from New Orleans. And who done it? Who carried you? And who done it? And who carried you? The old song. Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Yeah. Catch a bus. Catch a bus. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Oh, no shit from apple butter. But I'm very grateful you guys came out here, and I really appreciate the Grey Eagle, the crew, for putting this and letting us come out here. And I'll just do a few tunes, and then Whitewater Bluegrass Company right here. Your friends and neighbors right here are going to come up here. Man, I'm telling you what. Tell you what. There's some old friends and people know what the fuck they're doing. I dig it. Appreciate that, you know. But let me do this thing here. My wife and I had a chance to go for a couple of days in Savannah, Georgia, and gave the boy $1, took him downtown, and we went to Savannah, and I couldn't get the remote control to work in that damn motel, and my wife was bringing in the bags trying to distract me and getting pissed off, you know. Yeah, it's true, you know. And so I glanced at her, and she took one step in the motel room and stumped her toe. Now that pissed me off. And it rained like hell for 3 days. That pissed me off. And then so we came back home, and the boy spent that $1. That pissed me off. But anyway, I come up with this little ditty. It's called the Savannah Blues. Yeah. You think it's funny, don't you? Cool in Savannah, like the last time I know. Cool in Savannah, like the last time I know. I feel lost and hurting, thirsty like before. Ain't nobody see me When I look 'em in the eye, nobody see me. When I look 'em straight up in the eye, they just stare behind my back. Don't care about if I die. It's raining in Savannah, my bones aching all the time. Raining in Savannah, my poor bones, Lord, aching all the time. That undertaker, he's mean and ugly. He's a humming in the pines. It's a crazy way of dying, sinking low down in my head. Crazy way of dying, sinking low down in my head. 'Cause I'm deep below the sunshine. 'Cause here's a cold and lonely bed. Crowded down here on the ground, nobody knows my name. Crowded down here in the ground and nobody knows my name. See, everybody's in a box and everybody looks the same. Yellow fever is awful bad. I ain't got no money for a bell. Yellow fever is awful bad and I ain't got no money for a bell. I've been buried here alive. Ain't nobody gonna tell. You're kind of a morbid little crew, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, oh shit. Nothing like, usually play a little game with myself, in the room. I say, well, this side over here is doing loads. And this side's getting stoned, and these guys over here are just teetotalers, with lawyers. I like that. Teetotalers with lawyers. That sounds good. But I think these guys in the middle right here, y'all are getting drunk. And you're going to go to fucking jail. So you better get up with these guys. They're lawyers over here. I think it's time for a Christmas song. That's a nice little segue for a Christmas song. I was trying to remember this and this. We were up in Worcester, Massachusetts, 2 or 3 years ago, and messing around, and with the lovely Irish men and her husband Greg Brown, who sends his love, and he couldn't be here this evening, but we're glad to have Chuck Brodsky and the Whitewater Bluegrass group. But anyway, smoking a cigarette in 15 degrees above zero in the wind chill, I did it anyway. But this is a tune we did up there, and I'll try to get through this. It's a Christmas song. It's called Merry Christmas. Is that fucking novel idea? Let's see if we can't remember this damn thing. Silver spoon in your eyes, never mind the mama's time. Go to sleep out of sight. Merry Christmas. Rocking chair, grouchy gums. Edge of night on the TV, black and white, make it color. Merry Christmas. Merry Merry Christmas, fried chicken. Leftovers in the morning. I never got what I wanted. I never kept what I got. Merry Christmas. Fruitcake is the best. Save yourself for the rest, and $2 for the children. Merry Christmas. Real cream and Old Spice. Aqua Velva, it ain't nice. Coon track, change the tire. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Fried chicken. Leftovers in the morning. I never got what I wanted. I never kept what I got. Merry Christmas. Selling grit for a nickel, shovel coal in the stoker. Daddy's drunk, don't you know it? Merry Christmas. Running chains in the snow. Go to church when you go to hell if you don't. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Fried chicken. Leftovers in the morning. I never got what I wanted. I never kept what I got. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Fried chicken. Leftovers in the morning. I never got what I wanted. I never kept what I got. Merry Christmas. Nice. Hot blasters gonna make you sweat. Sweet dreams, they don't mean a thing. A dictator for a president. When the cops take away your children. When the cops take away your kin. Too scared to speak or weak to walk. Back home alone with nothing at all. The side of the road, she's dying again. The cops take away your children. And the cops take away your kin. Not a chance in a man-made hell. Mother at the border wails. Where's the heart in a white man's skin? The cops take away your children. And the cops take away your kin. The cops take away your children. And the cops take away your kin. Hot flashes, they gonna make you sweat. Sweet dreams, they don't mean a thing. A dictator for a president. The cops take away your children. The cops take away your kin. The cops take away your children. And the cops take away your kin. you get a little bit older and, you know, start thinking about Paragort. You know, I was going to say, you know, there's got to be a bottle of that stuff somewhere. You know. Let me check the glove compartment. I wonder if I put it there. I don't know. I wonder what happened there. You know, Paragort was just an over-the-counter opiate. You know, and but anyway, I was going somewhere with that, and I can't remember. Oh yeah. So you know, I was raised in Weeville. You guys know that, and I remember the circus came to town. Maybe y'all remember. No, they weren't selling Paragoric. I knew you were thinking. I don't know. Maybe they weren't. But I remember it was just pouring rain, cats and dogs, and there was one tent at the old Weeville Primary School. There was one tent, and I remember one elephant, and that's all I remember except small crowd. Pretty big elephant for a small crowd. I guess why the elephant was so big, because it was a small crowd. Discovery. You just, you know, the epiphany. Oh, and so the elephant took a big dump in the dirt, and I said, "Boy, I'm going to write a political song about that." So, yeah. Isn't it strange how, you know, people, you get older and you really start connecting the dots? Isn't that cool? I'm slow, but I'm damn slow. So here's a tune called Tricks of the Trade. There's a dirty laughing smile, ticket-taker's long cigar. His breath will knock you down, step right up, only a dime. There's a popcorn and a beer, and the sucker crowd will cheer for every sleight of hand, every joke and sneer. The devil's in a top hat, mustache, coat, and tails, and the elephants and donkeys strutting tricks of the trade. And the silly clowns and monkeys take turns to tease and please, ragged children crying for their mother's arms to leave. The lions and the tigers, they pace and roar and wait for scraps of meat to swallow, the old tricks of the trade. The elephants and donkeys strutting tricks of the trade. Elephants and donkeys strutting tricks of the trade. And the grand finale's all the same. Every night it always rains. The big top cheats your eyes, but you're always back again. Devils in a top hat and mustache, coat, and tails, and the elephants and donkeys strutting tricks of the trade. Dirty laughing smile, ticket-taker's long cigar. His breath will knock you down, step right up, only a dime. Thank you. Yeah, buddy. No, I'm telling you. Well, I'm going to play you one more here. We're going to take a little short break and get the Whitewater Bluegrass Band coming up. And God bless y'all. Dios te bendiga. Thank you. This is a tune that I'm so grateful to get a chance to sing with Mara O'Connell, Irish folk singer, sweet, beautiful spirit, lovely woman. And just very grateful for you, for you folks being here and being anywhere, man. It's called A Far Cry From Here, and we'll see you out there. I've heard misfortune, losses, and the wasted ways before me by the cost. Given someone time enough to spending, love only borrowed. I placed myself at ease, been listening to the lies of self-belief, wanting something close enough for keeping a far cry from here. Even still, the nights are passing. Lord, behind the heart an emptiness still follows. The distance dams the swallow's heart for lending, love only borrowed. I believe in ways than these, to speak another dear who has been spared. Innocence so near, but they're a far cry from here. Now some are sad, but true to know, there's belonging when you're longing for someone. My shoulder rests a road I only follow, love only borrowed. But I believe in ways than these, to speak another dear who has been spared. Innocence so near, but they're a far cry from here. Said, but true to know when there's belonging, when you're longing for someone, you're longing for someone, and you're praying for them, and you're crying for them, and you're waiting for them, and you're waiting. I believe in ways than these, to speak another dear who has been spared. Thanks.
Malcolm Holcombe, everybody. Yes, Malcolm Holcombe. To quote this crowd, we love you, Malcolm. The raw voice of truth, my friends. The raw voice of truth. Thank you so much, Malcolm. I have to tell you, it was the fall of 2019, and before we left the concert, Malcolm handed a CD to us. None of us knew what was going to lie ahead in 2020. And we saw some of the hardest things that we've ever seen, and we heard a voice that got us through and nurtured us And we thank you, Malcolm. I've never told Malcolm this, but I don't know if I would have made it through 2020 without Malcolm Holcombe. Because when he sings, it comes from somewhere deep within, and it resonates, and it draws up the strongest part of you and inspires you. And so we thank you, Malcolm. We thank you so much. So we want to tell you real quick before intermission just a little bit more about BeLoved Asheville. I have my colleague here, Pancho Bermejo, who is one of the co-directors also of BeLoved. And so I think this is about community tonight. This is all of us coming together and doing what it is that we can do. That's what we did when the pandemic came. We just turned and looked at each other and said, we've got to do what we can do. And you know what? When we did what we could do and everybody else did what they could do, what we found at BeLoved Asheville was we did more than we could ever imagine that we could have done. And it's because of people like you that believe and stand together and work together for what we all hold dear in this world, and to hold each other together. And so that's what we did. It was another fall night like this one, frigid. Just a stone's throw behind me to the river. One of our friends lay shivering in the cold. We didn't know. And on that first cold night in 2016, she took her last breath, shivering in her red sleeping bag. 5 days later, she was known as Jane Doe 246. The police knocked on our door, and I happened to answer it at BeLoved Asheville. And they said, would you identify a body for us? We have a picture. We don't know if you can even look at it. And we said, we have to see this picture. And we knew her as our friend Janet, the woman who loved turtles and took care of the turtles on the river. And so after that day, we got together. There was a little circle of people, a ragtag little circle of people living through the housing crisis that would meet in the living room every week and dream of better days. And we took that moment in that circle, and in that tragedy, we held a funeral for her. But we didn't just do that. We said her life meant something, and it still means something, and we've got to do something. Somebody in that room said, what are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about this? Not what's the government going to do or some agency, but what are we, the people in this room, going to do? And so lo and behold, they dreamed up a street medic team. It became the first homeless street medic team in the nation. It's still going today. And then those people said, we can't afford affordable housing. And they started dreaming of home. And their dream of simple home with community, with friends around, that was sustainable, that had trees and a yard and a place to garden and maybe sit around the campfire and play some songs. And they started dreaming of those homes, and they didn't let go of that dream, even though it seemed like an impossible thing for a ragtag little group to think about building homes. We studied quietly for a whole year. We didn't even tell anybody that we were thinking about it. And at the end of that year, we looked at each other and we said, are we the people? And everybody in that room said, we are. We are. And so we launched this little thing called the BeLoved Village Project, where we're building deeply affordable micro homes with equity to help lift people out of poverty. And the home that they drew is the home that we are building. We're getting ready. We just broke ground on the other 11 homes. We built the first model home, and we hope you'll come see it. But tonight, because you're in this room and because we gathered to hear some truth and love each other and make some music together. We're lifting up the bones of another house. What we in the construction trade, we call that the bones. That's all the wood, the framing, the thing that holds it together. That's what y'all have done. I hope you'll give yourselves a hand tonight. I hope you'll give yourselves a hand. Thank you for coming out and being part of something special. Thank you, Malcolm Holcombe, Chuck Brodsky, and Whitewater Bluegrass, and to all of our amazing sponsors like Blue Moon Water, who keeps the musicians hydrated, the Gray Eagle, Prestige Subaru, and Hidden River Events, Musicians Workshop, Acoustic Corner. I want you to thank all of them if you see them out. Come back to our table. Our silent auction will be going through the intermission, and then we're going to pull the raffle right before we bring Whitewater on to finish us out. Thank you all so much.
I married me a wife. She gave me trouble all my life. Left me out in the cold rain and snow. Rain and snow. Lord, left me out in the cold rain and snow. She came down the stairs, combing back her long yellow hair, and her cheeks were as red as a rose. As a rose, oh Lord, and her cheeks were as red as a rose. Try to get along with you, and I ain't gonna be treated this way. This way, hey, oh Lord, and I ain't gonna be treated this way. She came into the room where she met her final doom, and I ain't gonna be treated this way. This way, hey, oh Lord, and I ain't gonna be treated this way. Give me trouble all my life. Left me out in the cold rain and snow. Rain and snow. Oh, Lord, left me out in the cold rain and snow.
saw whippoorwill talking to a bear. They were both laughing about her giving me the air. She left me standing on the mountain. She left me standing way up there. I would give most anything if once more she'd appear and tell me that she cared a little for this mountaineer. She left me standing on the mountain. She left me standing way up there. She left me standing way up there.
Here's kind of a newer song in the Bluegrass field, one by Jimmy Martin called Ain't Nobody Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone. There ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. There ain't nobody gonna mourn for me too long. Won't you write these words upon my headstone? There ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. Once I had a little sweetheart I loved dearly. We planned the day that she would be my own. Then another man has stole my darling from me. Now there ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. There ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. There ain't nobody gonna mourn for me too long. Won't you write these words upon my headstone? There ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. Once I had a loving mother, dear and daddy, but now the river land where angels dwell, they have found eternal rest way up in heaven, where I'll find my reward for what I tell. There ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. There ain't nobody gonna miss me too long. Won't you write these words upon my headstone? There ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. There ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. There ain't nobody gonna mourn for me too long. Won't you write these words upon my headstone? There ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone.
I'm gonna pull the raffle. All right, everybody. Are you feeling lucky? We got the Malcolm, Holcombe, and Friends Acoustic Corner Prize Package getting ready to come out. All right. Is it yours? Is it yours? Might be yours. Let's see. I got ticket number 602479. 602479. Do I have a lucky winner? 602479. Somebody's in this room. Is it you? Woo! Our tickets match. Look at that. We have a winner. All right. Head on back and you can grab that from the table. Hey, but you know what? All of us are winners tonight because we have each other and we've got some awesome music coming up. So I want to introduce to you 40 years. 40 years they've been playing. This is amazing. Many different people coming through. Yeah, we're heading to 50. Let's go. 2-time Grammy Award winning Whitewater Bluegrass And they are going to tear this place up tonight. Let's go.
Cut it, David.
I mean, the guy got some concentration. And you know, we've been working with Malcolm Holcombe since we were all in, well, not all of us, but since me and Bill were in high school. Would that be accurate?
It was after high school, too. No. And I was only 12.
He was a prodigy. But we're going to feature a little trio singing here. That's what Bluegrass is known for. And so we're going to bring David and Molly and Bill in here to do this one. I know you'll enjoy it. It's called My Sweet Blue-Eyed Darling.
My sweet blue-eyed darling, and my
darling, darling, be good and be true. They come and go, and I still love you. And I see your smiling face. Tell me, dear, that you need, and no one's gonna take my place. She's my sweet blood darling, and my love belongs to you. All I ask you, my darling, is love me good and be true. And today I need an answer, and I want to hear you say you don't belong to another, but in my arms you're gonna stay. She's my sweet blue-eyed darling, and my love belongs to you. All I ask you, my darling, is love me good and be true. Darling, and my love belongs to you. All I ask you, my darling, is love me good and be true. Is love me good and be true.
Well, you know, we've been working for 40 years, but not all of us were born when we started. But I tell you, that young gentleman down there on the 5-string banjo, yeah, look at him. Because that boy right there is living proof you can't own a banjo in this world and not be happy. We got people in Asheville quitting Prozac and buying banjos. No, I'm serious. That's the truth. Of course, once they're trying to learn the banjo, people in their house are taking the Prozac. But you go down there and see Frank and Becky Dozier at Musicians Workshop, and they'll make you happy by selling you a banjo. Make him welcome. That's Seth Reinhardt on the 5-string.
Thank you.
Gentleman on that mandolin, we're very proud of him. His last name is Wiseman, and the Wiseman family have been making music for thousands of years throughout these mountains and the world. Scotty and Lulabelle are his kinfolk, and some of y'all may know that they are really charter members of the Grand Ole Opry. And you know the Wiseman's been around a long time, because if you read the New Testament, you'll know there are 3 of them at the birth of Christ. Make him welcome David Wiseman right there. Right? He and I got the same haberdasher. That's a guy who makes hats. This fella stands next to me, and I told somebody tonight, I said, you and Bill still together? And I said, well, we've been playing for so long together, I'm not sure I could stand on stage beside anybody else and keep time. But Bill says sometimes I can't do it with him. But he's a wonderful musician, and I'm going to tell you something. When it's got to be in time, on time, every time, this is who you want. If he was in charge of Amtrak, those trains wouldn't be late. Make him welcome Bill Byerly on the guitar. Many of y'all know I'm a 3rd-generation square dance caller in my family, but you can be the best square dance caller in the world, but if you show up without a fiddle player, you might as well not get out of the truck. And I have been so delighted when I met this lady and she agreed to come and work with us, because she is a wonderful fiddle player and really does know how to take a horsehair bow, put the right amount of pine rosin on it, and apply it to a catgut string. Miss Molly Barrett on the fiddle.
Thank you.
All right, this next guy, he's real popular, real talented, good looking. Ladies love him, but he's done introduced me, so I'll introduce you to Uncle Ted right here. Anyway, this guy right here, He's a wonderful bass player, great singer. And man, a lot of people don't know nothing. He don't even suspect nothing, but we love him anyway. This is Uncle Ted White over here on the bass.
Thank you, folks. This is a tune that Molly brought to us, and I hope you all will enjoy it because everybody has someone like this in their life. Somebody that you just think of, and they're gentle on your mind. John Hartford wrote it. Glenn Campbell made it famous. Here's Molly to do it for you. It's called Gentle on My Mind.
It's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. It's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds and the ink stains that are dried upon some line. That keeps you on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, keeps you ever gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy planted on their columns now that binds me, or something that somebody said, 'cause he thought we fit together walking. It's just knowing that the world will not be cursing or forgiven when I walk along some railroad track and find that you're moving on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, ever smiling, ever gentle on my mind. Though the wheat fields and the clotheslines and the junkyards and the highways come between us, and some other woman's crying to her mother 'cause she turned and I was gone, I still might walk in silence, tears of joy might stain my face, and the summer sun might burn me till I'm blind, but not to where I cannot see you walking on the back roads by the rivers flowing gentle on my mind. I dip my cup of soup back from a gurgling, crackling cauldron in some train yard. My beard a ruffling coal pile and a dirty hat pulled low across my face. Through cupped hands round a tin can, I pretend to hold you to my breast and find that you're moving on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, ever smiling, ever gentle on my mind. That you're waving from the back roads by the rivers of my memory, ever smiling, ever gentle on my mind.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful job, Molly. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. You know, we had a chance to visit with so many of our good friends. We came through here, and our good friend Marilyn Ball's out there, and it just reminded us of what we did years and years ago to bring Bell Share to downtown Asheville and revitalize it. And every time Asheville's gone broke since its inception in 1797, it's been music, culture, and tourists that brought us back. And we like to say thank you for making us a part of this beloved Asheville, because it's music that's building that too. We're from North Carolina, but we have kind of a connection to Texas, and we know no matter who's on stage at the Grand Ole Opry, Bob Wills is still the king. And we're going to bring Molly up here with her fiddle and do a little bit of that good Texas swing. This is a little tune called Maiden's Prayer. Thank you, Molly. Y'all been very kind to the musicians and the performers on this stage, but nothing gets done on the stage without the crew and the sound people and the stage managers. And you don't see them. You don't see them. But sitting behind that console, Andy, can you just wave at him for a minute? Give him a big round of applause. He's doing a great job back there. Thank you, sir. Well, I guess while we're in the state of Texas, might as well do this song, hadn't we? Little Towns Van Zandt number. And I knew y'all would like that. I knew this was the place to play it. David Wiseman will do it for you. It's called The White Freightliner.
on that highway, listen to them big trucks whine. I'm going out on that highway, listen to them big trucks whine. Oh, I'd trade a lot to go to shed away my mind. Well, it's bad news from Houston, half my friends are dying. It's bad news from Houston, half my friends are dying. Oh, I'd trade a lot to go to shed away my mind. Bad Lord, people here they treat you kind. Yeah, New Mexico ain't bad, Lord, people here they treat you kind. Oh, I'd trade a lot to go to shed away my mind. Get back to where I came. Yeah, Lord, I'm gonna ramble till I get back to where I came. Hey, hey. Oh, I'd trade a lot to go to shed away my brain. Hey, hey, hey.
You know, we're coming in tonight, and I saw my good friend Miss Isabel Taylor out there, and you know, Isabel, you were hiring us when nobody else would, and we appreciate that. We really do. Thank you, thank you.
Butler, thank you, Butler.
And Butler driving his mother tonight. I think you're the designated driver, ain't you? Well, speaking of designated drivers, we got a few folks in here from the Gray Line trolleys. That's those red trolleys. I think, is our mechanic in the house? Jim, are you out there? Didn't nobody strand nothing out there today, I don't think. But I tell you, when I tell you that Music and Tourism Rebuild Asheville, those are some of the people that helped do it. So give them a round of applause. We're mighty glad to have them here. You know, Bill has been on some big stages in his time. The king of Bluegrass hired him, Jimmy Martin. Told him if he went with him, he would always be fed and have a bed to sleep in. And the first night he went out with Jimmy Martin, I think you slept on a pool table, didn't you?
And ate McDonald's.
Hey, you take what you get, you know. I mean, look, even if you're the headliner at a Bluegrass Festival, your private dressing room going to be a handicapped porta-john. You got to realize what you're doing. At any rate, here's a little Jimmy Martin.
It's a good bluegrass song right here.
My walking shoes don't fit me anymore.
I'll be a long time gone from you, baby. You'll never hear me knock up on your door. Thought you were worth it once, but I was crazy. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. Stay on your side of town, honey, I won't be around. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. Well, it's a long way from here to over yonder. My feet are getting mighty sore. Ain't coming back, you made your mind to wonder. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. Stay on your side of town, honey, I won't be around. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore. Stay on your side of town, honey, I won't be around. My walking shoes don't fit me anymore.
That come up out of a deep well there. Oh, goodness. You know, people recall, written in, text message, emailed, and Snapchatted us about what it is that keeps the Whitewater Bluegrass Company going so strong for so long. Well, friends, it's Blue Moon water, and we really do like it, and ask you, grocer, for some today. Would you like to introduce this song, or are you going to let me go on?
This is I learned this tune from Emmylou Harris, not personally, but off of one of her albums anyway. The album, I believe, was called Roses in the Snow, and that's the name of this tune as well. MB.
Thanks.
It's been a while. Let's see if I remember all the
I
words.
knew that. I already knew it. Thank you so much. It's great to be here at the Gray Eagle Music Hall and thank them for hosting this thing for BeLoved Asheville. Give them a round of applause. You know, we were busy through COVID. We kept up a regular rehearsal schedule and worked on an album that should be out this spring. We're finishing some things up. Some other great things happened for us. Molly had her first child, Miss Jovi, and Bill had his first grandchild, Miss Cora. So we got some new life coming in.
And I've got about 160 pictures on here if anybody wants to see my little Cora. If you get cornered at the merchandise table, you're going to look at every one of them. But in the course of doing this album, we found some material. This is a different album for us because the rest of them that we've recorded, we've usually had a house job somewhere working, either to 4 Point Sheridan or the Fiddlin' Pig or the Bill Stanley's Barbecue and Bluegrass somewhere, and just, God, that don't sound good, does it? Because all them places are out of business. I mean, not because of us. It ain't nothing we did. But there's a fella in Madison County named Joe Penland who is a wonderful songwriter, and Joe wrote this, and the song came to him in a dream. And he dreamed he met his father, and his father had been dead for 10 years, and they were having a great time cruising around in this classic car. Drinking beer and smoking cigarettes.
But they don't know if it's heaven or hell, and you'll see why. Here it is, called the 53 Pontiac. Well, I had a dream the other night, made my blood run cold. Me and my dad were out riding around, where it was I did not know. I said, Daddy, now you're 10 years dead. He said, yeah, son, I know, but I thought you might like to know where you go. You know when you go. Well, he fired up a Camel cigarette. He tossed me the pack. Over here, he said, you can smoke all you like. You'll never call for hack. A six-pack of Bud was on the seat, and Hank was on the radio. Well, I thought to myself, now this ain't bad, but little did I know. We were riding in a 53 Pontiac, the wind blowing through our hair. Just a couple of good old country boys without a worry or care. I said, Daddy, is this heaven or hell? He said, danged if I know. But the road is straight and the scenery's great and the beer is always cold. Now just ahead was a beautiful sight, every boy's delight. Two gorgeous girls by the side of the road with their skirts hiked up real high. Now one looked like Miss Marilyn and the other like Miss Jolene. I'll tell you, boys, I was looking at them girls and they were looking at me. Well, 1,000 thoughts went through my head, not one was good. When Marilyn gave me a wink and a smile, it said she understood. Screamed for Daddy to stop the car, but he just sped on by. And when I turned to ask him why, well, I thought he's gonna cry. We were riding in a 53 Pontiac, the wind blowing through our hair. Just a couple of good old country boys without a worry or care. I said, Daddy, is this heaven or hell? He said, danged if I know. But the road is straight and the scenery's great and the beer is always cold. Now for 10 long years, both day and night, I've been a-cruising up and down this road. And every time I pass that spot, them gals are hot to go. Now I don't want to rock the boat, been smooth sailing this far. But the only thing that tortures me is, son, I can't stop his car. We were riding in a 53 Pontiac, the wind blowing through our hair. Just a couple of good old country boys without a worry or care. I said, Daddy, is this heaven or hell? He said, danged if I know. But the road is straight and the scenery's great and the beer is always cold. Yeah, the road is straight and the scenery's great and the beer is always cold. Yeah, you never know, do you? Oh, goodness gracious, good and alive, Martha White. Well, folks, we do want to let you know that we do have some of our merch out there, along with Malcolm's stuff and Dave's stuff. And I'll tell you what, he's got both of those editions of the baseball CD out there. Now, friends, if that ain't in your collection, you're missing it. I can't help you. If you ain't got no more culture than that, you better get out there and get you some of it. But do drop by. Somebody asked me if we had our shirts, and we do have the shirts, the ones for the hole in the bottom of the sea. Those are out there, so stop by and take a look. We're going to slow things down right now, and Hank Cochran wrote this song, I believe. Is that right?
Oh, I got it all.
And you skipped some lines.
Yeah.
That's okay. You're going to sing it, so. But this is a wonderful, wonderful crossover tune. Oh.
This is for my sweetie Danelle over there.
What's the name of it?
Make the world go away. Make the world go away and get it off my shoulder. Say the things you used to say and make the world go away. Do you remember when you loved me? Before the world took me astray. If you do, please forgive me and make the world go away. Make the world go away and get it off my shoulder. Say the things you used to say and make the world go away. I'm sorry if I hurt you. I'll make it up day by day. Just say you'll love me like you used to and make the world go away. Make the world go away and get it off my shoulder. Say the things you used to say and make the the things you used to say and make the world go away.
Mighty pretty, Bill. Thank you so much. Now, some of y'all may know that there's an old tradition in these mountains, especially out of Madison County, of ballad singing. And in fact, when Cecil Sharp came over from England to rediscover it, he found them in nearly the same form, preserved for those 100 years. This song is in that style, but it's not quite that old, right, Molly? Tell them about it.
Close. Yeah, this was written by Gillian Welch. Came out in 2012 off one of her albums, Sparrow. I can't remember the name of it, but one of my favorite songwriters. And this one's called Scarlet Town. Buddy, I went down to Scarlet Town, ain't never been there before. Well, you slept on a feather bed and I slept on the floor. Well, I don't mind a lean old time or drinking my coffee cold, but the things I seen in Scarlet Town didn't mortify my soul. Now look at that deep well, look at that dark grave, ring of that iron bell in Scarlet Town today. I spent some time in New Orleans and came along a bend, but Scarlet Town brought me down, low as I ever been. On the day I came to Scarlet Town, you promised I'd be your bride, but you left me here to rot away like holly on the mountainside. Now look at that deep well, and look at that dark grave, ringing that iron bell in Scarlet Town today. Well, you can hide in Scarlet Town for 100 years or more, but the man who knows what time it is knocking at your door. So fare thee well, my own true love. If you never see me around, I'll be looking through a telescope from hell to Scarlet Town. Now look at that deep well, look at that dark grave, ringing that iron bell in Scarlet Town today. Thank you.
Folks, thank you so much. We're the Whitewater Bluegrass Company. Remember what we say. If you got something you celebrate, call us. If we got an open date, we'll come help you celebrate. Maybe you're doing a barn raising. You out there pulling your tobacco. Maybe you out there gonna paint your house. I don't know. We ain't gonna help you do none of those things. But we'll come play music while you do them. What is it? A ramp festival? Is that what you said? Folks, we've had a great time.
Some of the best times I've ever had playing music was at Isabel's Ramp Festival.
You don't even remember those.
Well,
we had that kind of fun. Molly, if you'll take us home, let's back it up and push it one time.
Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you. Thank you so much.
Would you marry me anyway? Would you have my baby? If a tinker were my trade, you still find me carrying the pots I made, follows behind me. Save a love through loneliness, save my love for sorrow. I gave you my onlyness, please give me your tomorrow. If I were a miller at a mill wheel grinding, would you miss your colored blouse, your soft shoes shining? Save your love through loneliness, save my love for sorrow. I gave you my onlyness, please give me your tomorrow. Ooh.